Alright guys, this is Jacob with Wager Me This, and I have a craps video. One of the subscribers, I mentioned something about having some other grinder type strategies, and so that's what I'm going to show here. So I got a $100 bankroll, and this is going to be my profit rack. It's going to come in handy here in a second. Alright, so here we go. Let's get us some dice. First thing we're going to do here is, first thing you're going to want is a $5 table. If you're playing a $100 bankroll, you should always be playing at a $5 table. All right, but even with that said, it's going to start slow. This is what your initial layout is. If your point is on the 6 or 8, of course, you're going to move that odds behind to gain the extra dollar there. But so that's the initial roll. Okay, so let's say we're going to be off on the come-outs. On $100 bankroll, I'm going to be off on the come-outs. I don't have enough bankroll to back up the risk of being on. So we're going to try to maybe win some 7 winners here. But the goal is every bit of profit we make off whatever this 3 pieces end up as. So we're going to have the 6 and 8 plus hopefully another number. Every bit of profit until the 7 you're going to rack. Once you hit that 7, your next play is to take all them profits and put it on the don't. All right, so that don't hopefully is going to travel to something, and then you're going to have a hedge. So let's say you end up with a $21 don't. You have a $21 hedge. Now you have the option of putting maybe the 5, 6, and the 9 out there. 5, 6, 9, and 10 for $21. You see what I'm saying? So let's roll it out. Let's see what happens. There's a 12. It's a little painful. Right out the gate. We're going to lose that. Get right back on there. 6. Okay. Too bad we weren't working. But in this strategy, it's not necessarily the best way to play. Okay. Collect our dollar up here. All right. So now we're looking for 6s and 8s. 6, 6, 12. Yo, 11. That'd have been nice on the first roll. 9. 6. All right, hard 6. So that's going to end up paying pretty good for us. It's going to pay 5 up front and 6 in the back. We're going to go and put our 6 back on. Now we're not working, but we're going to collect up this other money. All right, so we made 10 bucks so far. That's pretty good. Looking for a come out. Right back on the 6. Move this down here. 6 and 8. We haven't had 3 numbers yet. 3 numbers is ideal, but we can live with this. All right, there's the 8. That's good for us. So that 8 is going to pay $7. We're just going to collect this money. All right, so we got a pretty healthy don't on when we do roll a 7 finally already. All right, there's 11. So we're still looking for 6 and 8. Hard 4. There's another 8. Awesome. 6, 2. So it's going to be a $7 winner. Like I said, this is a grinder strategy, so it's slow. You're just trying to get a big enough hedge out there on your, when you get a don't play out there, that you can really get some money working. All right, so we hit our point. That's 2 back-to-back points that we made on the 6. Cool. So it's going to win 5 here. It's going to win 6 back here. Same thing. Let's replace that. Collect up this money. We're still going on the shooter. On yourself, doing pretty well. There's the 8. 4, 4, 8. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move that back there. Here we go. 7 out. Okay, no big deal. That's how the strategy works. We'll lose these. Did pretty well on that one. All right, so on this come out roll, we're going to take every bit of this profit. We're going to put it on the don't pass. 9. Okay, so our don't point is 9. Okay, so now what we have here is 10, 20, $34. $34 as a hedge. So we can bet $34 over here on all the other numbers. So of course we're going to pick up the 6 and 8. Only makes sense. So there's 6. There's 22, 27. So maybe we'll get the 6 twice here. So that's 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 3. Got 34 here. That's pretty good, right? But so now we have all them numbers working for us with very little risk. If we hit the 9, we're going to pull all of it down and start back at the 6 and 8. So what we're hoping is to hit some numbers before the 9. But the 7, we're fine on. We actually will make $1 if we roll a 7. There's a 5. All right. And you can choose to press here or whatever you'd like. I'm just going to keep collecting because I want these to be profits for the next part of the strategy. 6. That's a good one for us. That's going to pay $14. We're going to drop $1 here and get 15. All right, remember we're still collecting this because I want this strategy to keep recycling itself. 5. There's a $7 winner. Same thing, we're just going to keep collecting this. This is going to be our next don't play. 10, hard 10. So that's going to pay $9. So we're going to drop a buck here and get 10. And like I said, you could be pressing. Pressing's fine. 7 out. Okay, so this actually worked out perfect. So not only did we win a bunch of times, but we're going to win at the end here, $1. All right, so I'm going to be paying this other $1. All right, so there's 4. 34. They're going to do that. All right, so you could do 2 things here. You can just leave that $34 there and go at it again. But remember, this is all profit. So in my opinion, at this point, unless you just want to take your money and run, that maybe you don't put it all out there. That doesn't make sense. But put 64, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 4. Re-rack these. I mean, look how good you're doing. Now, what we have is whenever we roll a box number, we can go 54 across and still make $10 on the 7. All right, so here we go, coming out. And we just got to dodge a 7 and 11 here. It would be brutal to hit one of them, but if we don't, we're in good shape again. There's the 5. All right, so now we're going to go 54 across on the rest of the numbers. We're going to leave the 5 out, but we're going to go 54 across. So as long as we don't roll a 5 here, we're in good shape. We're going to start collecting money. 3. Deuce, ace. 4. 3, 1, 4. All right, so that right there is going to pay $18. So let's drop 2, get 20, collect it up. Remember, this is profit rack. That's just in case we got to restart the strategy. It's all a cycle. We're trying to play in a cycle. There's the 6. 5, 1. We're going to win $14. All right, same thing. Rack it up. And now at any point, you could take all this down. You're not going to be able to take this down if you're the shooter, but you could take the rest down. 7. Perfect. Okay, so we hit 2 numbers and then rolled the 7, which is going to be another $10 winner. All right, so we know there's 64 there. So we'll win 10 more bucks. So on the back end of this, we won $64 again. All right, so let's just calculate where we're at right now. Now, don't get me wrong, this went pretty well. We never had a chance to get knocked off. We never had a shot where we did get knocked off, which is, it's not always going to go that way. All right, so there's our initial $100. So that's 20 in white. So that's 80. So we got 90, we're up $95. That's pretty good for a $100 bankroll. I mean, it's hard to beat that, to be up $100. And at any given time, the only thing we really had at risk was the don't. All right. And when we played it the first time, we were playing it with profit money. And that's the key to the strategy. All right. So I'm going to run a couple more runs of it. And I'm going to start back at 0. All right. Even though that's not where we would be at. But you could. So you're securing yourself some profit here. You're saying, okay, I'm going to go on and start back down at 0. All right. So let's say you got a different shooter coming out. You're playing the pass line just to get another number. All right. Front line winner. Awesome. All right. So that's just a collector. Remember, these collectors, they go here. That's part of the strategy. I'm going to get $100 here. So I need some red chips. So the collection is part of the strategy. You're trying to get this don't bet out there to cover a bunch of place bets. There's a 9. All right, so now you got three numbers to work with. You got 6, 8, 9 to hit. 5, 4, 1, 5. There's a hard 4. There's the 9. All right, point made. I know we didn't have no odds behind it, but that's not the strategy. We're going to collect that up. All right, now we're just on the pass line. There's an 11. Yo, 11. It's going to be another winner. All right, so we've already got a $15 don't worked up. That's not bad. There's a 6, okay? Points going to 6. Now, you could do this different. You could take this instead of putting in odds, and you could put it over here on the 5. I mean, that makes plenty of sense. So we're going to do that. That gives you 3 numbers. There's the 9. I guess we should have went to the 9. There's the 5. All right. So we did get the one we chose, which is always good. $7 winner. Again, we're just collecting this. We're trying to make our don't bet. We're building up this don't bet. There's an 11. 6, 5, yo. Back-to-back yos, which is pretty amazing. Hard 4. Seen a lot of hard 4s today. There's the 7. Okay, great. No big deal. Remember, we're in the profit. I know we're losing 15 bucks here, 16 bucks, but that's part of the strategy. That's how the strategy works. Because then we're going to put 22, which is a magical number for craps. So as long as we can get on there, we can put 22 inside, or $22 in bets at least. There's the 10. All right, so our don't is going to be 10. So of course we have $22 here. What are we going to do? We're going to go 22 inside. And why wouldn't you? So now what you have, as long as you don't roll a 10, the worst you can do is break even. The worst. There's the 9, 6, 3, 9. So that's going to pay $7. Again, we're going straight to the profit rack because we want to be able to place our next don't. If this one goes out here, we'll start with $7. 3. There's the 10. Okay, we got knocked off on one. All right, this is going to happen. All right, so boom, we're going to lose this. All right, this is going to come down. Still same shooter. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the original strategy. If you get knocked off, this is the key. If you get knocked off, the profit rack don't matter. Put your profit rack back in your rack and start back at the original strategy. 6, 4, 2, 6. All right, so let's pick up the 9. If you get knocked off, start back at your original strategy. 3, 2, 5. 6 made our point. Should have put it in odds, right? That's a profit. Here we go, coming in. 7 on the come out. This is going to be a front line winner. Again, we're going to collect it. Same thing here. Natural fall is a 3, so we're going to lose. On the front line, you're just going to have to replace that. That's just one of the weaknesses of the strategy. 5, all right. So in this case, you could play it the 5, 8, 9, but I'm not gonna. I'm always gonna pick up the 6. It's one more way to win. 5, hit our point. All right, same shooter, he's doing great. Collecting money. There's the 9, so points going to 9. There's an 8, so that's a $7 8. This is the glory of a $5 table, is that you can play this way. You can have very little at risk, and as long as you're consistent, you can make money. It takes a long time, but you can do it. All right, so there's the 7. All right, so we're going to lose all these. It's no big deal. It's part of the strategy. We're going to get back here. It looks like we got 22 again. So we're just trying to get a number here. Hard 4. Deuce, deuce, hard 4. All right. So, of course, I mean, the only logical thing here is to go 22 across. Makes sense. It's paid for. So as long as we don't roll another 4, this is a free bet, I guess you'd call it. There's the 9. All right, so we're in the profit. This is the profit money. $7. Come on, numbers. There's back-to-back 9s. $7 more. Looking good. At this point, if we roll a 7, we've made some money. Made some extra money. There's the 6. It's another $7. So each time we're hitting this, it's just adding to that profit as long as we don't get knocked off the don't. There's the 9, 639, another $7. So at this point, we're a winner no matter what. And see, this is like kind of risk-free. I mean, yeah, you got this $22 on the don't, but you're always at the advantage with the 7 on that don't. So eventually here, we're going to hit a 7, and we're going to win some more money. And that's the idea of the strategy. That's how it is, and it's a low roller. It's a grind. And at any time here, it makes sense to go on and pick up the 10 if you wanted to. That makes sense. That just gives you another number to hit. All right, so there's the 7. So we're going to lose all these, but it's just going to pay here. All right, so again, this is all profit money. So you have choice here. Either A, you can start back at 0 and start back at the beginning of the strategy, or you can take this, whatever it is, and go on and play on the don't. And so there is some progression to the strategy if you'd like. If you would like. And in this instance, I probably would, because we're already up. No matter what, if we lose this right here, we've won money. We have more than we started with. So I would go on and play this like this. I would put that out there. That way, hopefully, something like this will happen. 3, 1, 4. All right, so now what I'm looking at is I'm able to put bigger bets out there. All right, because what do we have here? 50, 60, 72. All right, so I can put $72 worth of bets out there. So something like you could go 54 across. All right, which makes total sense in this instance. So what that's going to leave you with is still a winner on the 7. All right, so no matter what, even if we get knocked off the 4, we can take this down and we'll still bring money home. All right, so right here, it's kind of a free roll, and that's what the idea of the strategy is. You're trying to get to these free rolls and you make some money on them. All right, so this time we're gonna half press on these numbers each time. We're gonna last shooter, and we're gonna half press and we're gonna try to make some money. All right, 426. It's a $14 winner. All right, so we're gonna press the 8. We're gonna go 8 up to 18. We made a little money, bringing a little money in. There's the 10. All right, that 10 is gonna pay 18. We're gonna drop $2. We're gonna pick up 20 bucks. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna press the 5 and the 9. There's another 10. That's another $18 winner. We're gonna drop $2. We're gonna go on and get the 6, add to the 6, and add to the 10. All right, now look at us. We're at 3 units on everything. There's the 5, 325. That's gonna be a $21 5. All right, so what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna pick up the 6 and the 8. We're gonna bump them up to 24 bucks. Remember, this is still all free. Every time we're collecting money, as long as we don't get knocked off on the 4, we roll a 7, it's still a profit at the end of it. There's a 3, deuce ace. There's the 9. That's a $21 9. Collect our dollar. And we're just gonna go on and bump all of them up, collect the $6. We're at 4 units on everything. There's a 9. $27 9. All right, I mean $28 9. I don't know why I said 27. All right, so there's 28 bucks. Still doing the exact same thing. All right, so we would buy the 10 at this point. I think we're going to take the 5 and the 9 up to a quarter. Looking good. I mean, we are just making money here on this low roller strategy. All right, 7 out. I know it looks like we lost a ton of money, and we did. But you got to remember, all that was profit. Every bit of that was profit money that wasn't out of the initial bankroll, that wasn't out of the initial strategy. And we're going to come back at the end here and get $72. So we're going to drop 3 and get 75. All right, let's add it up. Let's see where we ended up. I mean, clearly we made money. There's no doubt about it. $225. All right, that's $275. $280, $285, $288. Not bad off a $100 starter. So this is one of the strategies that, like I said, my grandfather taught me when I was a kid on a low roller table. And I basically do these strategies a lot of times just at higher limits. But yeah, this is pretty good grinder low roller strategy that turns into bigger money with the same amount of risk. The same amount of risk, but bigger money. As long as you can catch a couple numbers and you can get through the don't. As long as you can get through the don't on one roll, you're giving yourself a chance to win some money. So anyways, this is Wager Me This. I hope the low roller guys and the grinder guys like this strategy. Yeah, I've actually played it many times, just at a little bit of higher limit. And it works pretty well. So you guys have a good day, and this is Wager Me This.